Hello you lovely people, it's time for another virtual stadium tour, and today we are taking a look around the Lincoln Financial Field Stadium. It's the home stadium of the Philadelphia Eagles of the NFL. So let's take a look at it now. Oh, look at that. Alrighty, and as always for you, the first fact I have about this stadium is its overall capacity, and I can tell you now that this stadium can hold up to 69,000 fans in it. When it's full, it holds just over 69,000 fans in it, and that's for NFL football games. This is pretty much an NFL only stadium. Occasionally there are some soccer matches played in the stadium, however, and of course, like most big stadiums nowadays, there are music concerts held here occasionally, but we'll get onto that in a bit, because first I'm going to tell you about this stadium and when it was built. It actually started construction on this stadium in 2001 and was aimed to replace the Philadelphia Eagles Stadium at the time, named the Veterans Stadium. It was completed in 2003. In August 2003, the construction of this stadium was completed, and it actually opened on August 3rd with a match between Manchester United and Barcelona, in which the capacity was just under 69,000. Anyway, moving on, let's talk about the naming rights of this stadium for a bit. And I can tell you that in 2002, in June 2002, the Lincoln Financial Group bought the naming rights to this stadium for 21 years at a sum of $139.6 million. So they actually paid quite a hefty sum to own the naming rights of this stadium for 21 years. Anyway, moving on, just to talk about another special event that happened in this stadium, and it was another soccer game. It was the 2015 CONCACAF Gold Cup final, in which Mexico defeated Jamaica. The attendance to that was very close to 69,000, but not quite. Anyway, let's move on now and talk about the luxury suites in this stadium. There are 172 luxury suites, and I can tell you now that you can rent them out for between $75,000 and $300,000 for a season. And the cost of renting out one of these luxury suites for one single match alone can raise as high as $20,000. So it can be quite expensive if you want to watch a football game, an NFL football game, in complete luxury. Anyway, moving on, just want to talk about a few other sports that happened in this stadium quickly. And first, going to talk about the Ncaa Men's Lacrosse Championships. The championship game was actually held in this stadium in 2005, 2006 and 2013. Just another quick note on another sport played in this stadium. It was rugby union. There was a rugby union match played between the Leicester Tigers and the Rough Riders of the NRFL, and that was for the inaugural Independence Cup on August 8th, 2015, so last year. Now let's move on to some of the music concerts that have happened in this stadium, starting off with Bruce Springsteen. He performed 3 sold-out concerts in 2003 in this stadium. Moving on, U2 played during their 360-degree tour. They played in this stadium. Taylor Swift has actually played in this stadium as well. So quite a few big-name music stars have actually had concerts in this stadium, every single one of them selling out. And just my final fact on this stadium for you is that in 2013, this stadium became known as the Greenest Nfl Stadium. And that means it was the most energy efficient stadium in the whole of the NFL. And that mostly is due to 11,000 solar panels and wind turbines being placed on the top of the stadium. But even so, all of these wind turbines and these solar panels, they still only amount to around 30% of the energy used to run the stadium throughout an entire season. So even though it's the greenest stadium in the league, it can still only generate around 30% of its own energy to run throughout a season. Anyway, that's all I've got time for. Thank you all very much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button. It really helps me out.